Welcome to the Breathe series, Chapter 4. It's really interesting to me as we move further away from the dualistic old mind constructs from the Talking to the Dead series, that if you're truly living life with that pause between the breaths, the cracks in the sidewalk, the spaces between the clouds, and everything is lovingly met with, to whom is this thought arising? To whom is this experience arising? To whom is this question arising? If you're doing that with an earnestness, by now you should be feeling a little bit more grace for the one we call the me. What begins to happen as duality collapses is an understanding that this self, this I am, this boundless aliveness is our truth. We are that. Anything coming out of that with questions is part of duality. It is the mind. Now, the mind is not meant to cause us disrupt or harm. Our perception of the mind is what does that, which is why the rinse, repeat inquiry is so necessary. The mind will keep chattering, but each time we do this inquiry, the chatter settles into this steadiness, this wholesomeness, this wholeness, which we are in truth. Today I want to speak a little bit to the feelings, which is what this series is all about, not the thoughts. So if you're still grappling with thoughts, pause here and go back to Talking to the Dead a little bit. This will make much more sense experientially. The feelings of desire are a really one to look at today. So I want to give you a new way of perceiving these that the God Squad brought to me yesterday as I was sitting in the sun, enjoying just a few moments between clients with my little Milo in that space of no thought, in that space of body leaning back, sunbeams hitting the skin, intense, joyous, blissful feelings of love being celebrated in the physical body of Kelly. Yet another expansion entered. That expansion reminded me to remember that when there are these deep, intense feelings, they're often linked to an attachment in the dreamscape. And as this thought arose, I asked, to whom is this thought arising? To whom is this thought for? Just as you were being guided to do. That settled into a steady stillness, back to bliss. And then I heard this message. If desire is arising, you, my sweet, are not desiring the thing you think you are. Whether it's a person, a place, an event, or an experience, notice if that were to arise right now and you were to have it in your hands like a genie with 3 wishes granted you in this moment, the desire would go away. However, what we want you to recognize is that it doesn't go away because the thing arose. It went away because desire dissipated. For a few moments, as you hold the thing you think you desired, there's just peace. Now when that thing leaves the experience, as it will, because the river of life is always moving and nothing here is set in the dreamscape, desire will morph to desperation, loss, sadness, endings, despair, all of these human emotions that are not ours. Now you're dealing with not attachment, but a desire for detachment. And over some amount of time, in the illusion of the dreamscape, the desire for that detachment to let go will start to do itself in the form of grief, loss, abandonment, destruction, all of these, again, human emotions. But one day, for whatever reason, you may wake up a little lighter from these emotions and feelings and think, I'm done with that. Thank goodness. And that, thank goodness, isn't being done with it. It is just that moment of peace. Notice it. The next day you may wake up again with the grief, the loss, the abandonment, etc. Because it really hasn't seen itself all the way through. You see, its only intention is to bring these feelings to the surface so they can be loved and truly, once and for all, organically, without any push or pull, any power versus force, any destructive needs, any crumbling or dying of anything, just a peaceful, wholesome allowance of whatever is passing through to pass through. It is the attachment, the clinging, and the desire for non-attachment that causes the suffering, not the thoughts. And the feelings echo that to call us and invite us back to this so that self-inquiry can once again be that beautiful healing balm that brings us back to what has always been right here. Notice it before you rush off with the questions. Notice it before you run off with the emotives. Notice it before it sets up camp outside Rumi's guest house. It too only wants the same thing, the loving thoughts, the kind thoughts, the gentle thoughts, and the welcoming thoughts are receiving a gracious invitation into your guest house. Be that. Arise there. Bloom there. Flourish there. No desire. No attachment. No attachment. Just this. Much love. Until next time.